Step 11, install electronics. During this step, you'll be connecting the remaining cables and electrical components in preparation for the final steps, which require calibrating the X-Carve Prep. In part 1, we're going to route and connect the spindle cable. So we're going to loosen the dust shoe mount from the slider by turning the knob counterclockwise and sliding the metal plate up and off of the slider. This is going to allow for easier access to the spindle cover screws. Then, using a 2.5mm Allen key, remove the spindle cover by removing the 6 screws, 3 on each side. Then we're going to insert the spindle plug coming from the Z-axis through the top of the spindle cover. Now we're going to attach that spindle cover to the top of the spindle, ensuring that the orientation of the plug matches the connector on the spindle. Seat the spindle connector by flipping up the silver bracket over the studs on the spindle plug. Then we're going to slide the spindle cover back over the spindle and reattach using 6 screws and a 2.5mm Allen key. Now we can reattach the dust shoe mount onto the slider and tighten the knob to keep it all in place. In part 2, we're going to plug our cables into the back of the controller. So ensure that the motor, limit, and spindle cables are all routed to the back of the machine and near the controller. Now we're going to connect the motor cables to the back of the machine. Each motor cable has a label that will match the label on the rear of the controller. Insert the male plug into the female connector at the controller and thread the collar into the connector. And then with all of our motor cables connected, we can do our limit switches. So we're going to connect the limit switch cables to the back of the machine. Each limit switch cable also has a label that will match the label on the rear of the controller. In part 3, we're going to connect our HMI, the human machine interface. Plug the USB-A to the USB-C 3M cable into the controller in the port labeled USB. Route the USB-C end of the cable under the machine to where you plan to keep your HMI, and the HMI is where you're going to connect your computer. Then we're going to plug our Ethernet cable, the RJ45, into the controller in the port labeled HMI. Route the Ethernet end of the cable under the machine to where you plan to keep the HMI to connect to your computer. Then we're going to take those 2 cables that we have routed underneath the machine and plug the Ethernet as well as the USB-C cable into the HMI. A quick note here, if you have the 4x4, then the USB and Ethernet cables are going to be 3 meters, and if you have the 4x2, those cables are going to be 2 meters. In part 4, we're going to plug in our controller power cable, plug the AC power cable into the controller, and then into your nearest 15 amp or higher outlet. And finally, in part 5, we're going to turn on the controller. So turn on the switch at the back of the controller and make sure that you see the green light right above it. And then also check that you're seeing the green light on the HMI.